It's like, oh my god, like just walk into a boxing ring and just start punching yourself half unconscious and just scream, look what he has done to me. Either way, I wanted to bring this up. This is just the funniest, saddest shit, and I don't know. I wouldn't mind starting some flack. I'm already big. I think I'm already bigger than Stardust. Let me just double check this real quick. Stardust. Oh, this is some musician. This isn't. Hold on. Can I get to the less? God, can you not even search you up? Oh God, that's depressing. Stardust create. Your name doesn't. Oh no. Let's see if I type in President Sunday. Well, his stuff comes up. Other people's coverage of the debate comes up. God damn, that's rough. There we go. Look, her name is still just Stardust, but her own name doesn't come up. But either way, this is like she's just a creator. She interviewed or did a debate with President Sunday.
Cover other people, therefore what?
And the intro to it is just like fascinatingly bad. Okay, I'll start at the beginning. Hold on. This is Sunday's coverage of it. Because I want you guys to hear the opening argument is really the thing, because it's just one of those. It's one of the worst intros to a debate I think I've ever heard, and I just wanted to send it.
Get started. I want to show the class what y'all are fighting about, if that is okay.
Yeah. I also have like a.
Also,
sorry, go ahead.
Go on.
Yeah.
Look, holy
also,
shit! I lost like
the
second I mentioned her name, I lost like so many concurrents.
Sliggins, thank you for the 5 Silent Get Drill memberships. I appreciate it. Sunday, is that cool with you?
Sure. Why the hell not?
Sunday's like, sure. Why the hell not? I love it. Okay. All right. Let me get on here. Let me share with y'all my screen. That way you can see.
At the risk of fucking blowing the entire fucking chat to trash, I'm so sorry. I just still want to bring this up.
And we're going to show the class.
Just the most absolute dog shit fucking content.
All right, so what y'all are arguing about is this tweet by Stardust saying, despicable, President Sunday, you have no morals. Make this make sense. President Sunday can call up someone's university, contact a professor under false pretenses, allege someone defrauded the government with no evidence, claim multiple people are lying about credentials with no evidence, obsessively make videos on several people in the same vein. But reading through some evidence that's already been gathered, no watching, someone break the evidence down.
She's so bad at writing that the moderator can't even read the fucking tweet look accurately.
Of content creators who actually prey on vulnerable people.
I think it's like explaining, so it's no watching someone break the evidence down.
Yeah, okay, yeah, well, I wasn't going to do all the inflections, but yes.
Oh, come on, go home.
Vulnerable people in marginalized communities, okay, is that better? Yes. It's too much work for him. Calling the documentation of abusive behavior in art project, wow. Okay?
Yeah, cool.
So, are you going to share it, or are you going to give it to me? How are we doing this?
Sure, I'll share.
All right, hold on, let me, yep, that's fine. I'll just pull everybody, because I was going to show y'all anyway. So.
How is X Kylie here? The Drama Channel Outreach is insane. I have no idea. I only know, I remember Stardust from basically this expression and her being like a punching bag on like different panel shows. And this is actually this is the second exposure. The last time I saw Stardust before this debate was at DGG in Cincinnati at the event. And she was like running a drink cart. Happy as fuck to do so. And I was just like, wait, isn't that person supposed to be like internet famous? And that's when I realized like all of the DGG orbiters that weren't like, if you were not like one of the guys that like commands a fucking audience on your own, they were all just like, they were all just doing like fucking like scrub work and stuff, like, walking around. It was wild. It was a wild event. Especially because I didn't know anything about what the fuck was going on. But I was like, isn't that the person? Like, I thought like maybe they would have enough dignity to not do whatever the fuck job. I would just say no. I'm not fucking doing that. I don't give a fuck. Fuck. Who? No.
So, okay, hold on. Just give me a second to get set up.
All right. Let's just try this. Okay. Okay. So before we get started, I just want to point out a few things here. Okay. In typical President Sunday fashion, he does several things.
Okay, this is the fucking. This is an intro. So this is her start. This is her intro speech. She says, in typical President Sunday, he does a few fashion. He does a few things.
Discredit people he's arguing with. Some of the things that he's going to do during this are probably, 1, pretend to not be interested in the conversation, i.e., he slouches in his chair or doesn't look at the camera.
Oh, I ain't pretending, darling.
While you're talking. Am I allowed?
He just made one. He makes one small comment.
Am I allowed to do my, my slideshow here?
Let her finish.
Okay.
I don't know if this asshole fucking practiced this. I want to fucking talk to President Sunday so bad because I need to see if it's as bad as everybody. Like it treated like the devil in certain circles. If he intentionally did it, the flex of saying one thing and knowing Stardust was gonna go and start talking about random shit and like, can I finish? Doing the whole like. It just always reminds me of the Canadians talking on the old fucking South Park's movie. Where, can I finish? 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 I can't finish. She's doing the can I finish? The moderators in there like, yeah, we'll just let Sunday. Can you let her finish? He's drinking water. He's literally now President Sunday, hold your horses, stop talking. She's got something. He's a fucking ventriloquist. It's the stupidest. It is the stupidest shit I have ever seen. And I was crying laughing at this absolute fucking dumpster fire of a display. First, what you're going to find is that he's going to poison the well by saying, by doing stuff like being not interested in this boring as fuck conversation next to no one on the internet gives a shit about. Oh, I'm not going to be pretending. And then they just derail. Excuse me, can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish? By the time they get to, okay, let her finish, Sunday. Jesus Christ, he's fucking drinking water. Like, it is, if he chest moved that is the fucking funniest thing I have ever seen. Even if he didn't, stumbling that hard to the where this is what people are seeing is insanity. Like, you have to be just, your whole audience is going to have to be just developed out of nothing but fucking haters, because I don't know how anyone, it's just like, you're looking good there, hun.
So one, pretend not to be interested in the conversation, i.e., he slouches in his chair or doesn't look at the camera or pretends to read a book while you're talking. 2, he starts faux laughing while you're talking. This is to make his audience think that what you're saying is ridiculous.
Look at this prick fuck. like, is it a bit like that they practice? Like, how is like Stardust such a fucking clown show that like, does she not know she's setting herself up for him to just do visual it's like he could have just held up the fucking Looney Tunes sign, like screw ball arrow pointing at her, and it would be the same effect. She's just, what he's going to do is show it. He's and he just fucking puts a fucking thing on his head, starts reading a book. What in the fuck? The most low stake clown show trash content is fucking hilarious. Like, he clearly doesn't give a fuck. And the fucking funniest part about this is that, like, I don't know if it's a bit. Only I will find this funny. If I'm just dragging you guys along, I'm sorry. Please, you can leave the stream. I don't mind. I don't care. But just from a, like, what this is at, like, do you know that stupid ass old movie about the dog show, Best in Show, where it's just like people doing like the simplest milquetoast ultra dry like visual gags where the guy's like, oh, he can't dance, he's got 2 left feet, and he's like, no, literally I have 2 left feet, and they pan down and he's just wearing 2 left shoes. Like, it hits for me in a way that a lot of other things don't. But like, to have somebody spitting mad about nothing and to have so little of an argument that they started off trying to poison the well against somebody who's just literally like, the well is poisoned. It's fucking stupid funniest shit I've ever seen. I listened to this while I was cutting the grass, and I was laughing at the end of it. Like, why is she here to take this? Like, just could you make me a bespoke one-of-a-kind L for this non-anniversary of a non-fucking like notable occasion? And he's just like, sure, I guess. The whole interview, I'm not going to listen to it. We're not listening to it. Is dumb as fuck. It is the most it can all be described as like, President Sunday, do you stand by everything you said? No, and I said that before. I made some mistakes and I've clarified. Like, and that's pretty much, that's all he says almost the entire time. The entire rest of this is her malding because she doesn't get views. I'm just going to spoil that a little bit and him going, well, it's not my fault that nobody watches your channel. I don't know why you're here complaining about that. That's where this goes from here. And this is just the lead-in. You're going to find that no one gives a fuck what I have to say, and he's going to pretend to be bored as though he's actually entranced by the stupidest fucking weak-ass argument you've ever heard. Just lowbrow shit. I still don't know anything about Xena and Poppy. I don't care. You will not. If you know anything about the thing, or you don't know anything about the whole Xena and Poppy shit, which I am now refusing to learn about just because it's fucking funny to me to not know anything about it, because I don't know these people and I don't give a fuck what goes on in their lives. I just don't give a shit. It's just nothing to call the police if there's an issue. I don't fucking care because they're like, as far as I know, nobody creators. I don't give a shit. And you learn nothing this entire interview. You will learn nothing about the fucking almost anything that's going on for her entire fucking introduction.
Or not serious. And 3, he will try to interrupt and steamroll. We just saw one of those tactics here. One of the things that he's alleged at me already, since this whole thing, is that I'm doing this for views.
I am.
Okay, sorry. So regardless of whether it is for views, let's go through this allegation. Who's doing this for views? Let's look at President Sunday's viewership when he covers people.
I can tell that she's reading. The craziest part about this, Stardust, you have to be watching. I'm one of the only people watching your video right now. Like, let's just be honest. What is this? What? You're about to get a bump from a guy that doesn't even have 10K subs now that might double the view count on the fucking video. You know what I mean? Like, that you wrote this out and I could see you reading this introduction is crazy, because you have like this faux newscaster like vibe, like you just have like, you're just trying to do like a Christian Amanpour type, like this is welcome to 2020 with fucking what's her name, Barbara Walters style. Like, what you need to understand is that President Sunday did blah blah blah, but you're just stumbling over it. The moderator doesn't give a shit. You wrote in the ways that he's going to hand you L's, like, before we even get into the fucking crux of the argument is crazy. It is, I couldn't write this to be this fucking funny. I could not do it. No one would first off believe me that this would even occur. That this is Frasier level comedy. It's not for everybody, I know. It's the stupidest shit in the fucking world. But just like, we're not even into the thesis. The thesis was, he's about to fuck me up. I'm about to be ignored and talked over and treated like a fucking idiot. And I want everyone to be aware before this begins that I'm about to get my shit kicked in half. And that means nothing. That you like wrote that is awesome. Like, I've seen so many well-poisoning, like, statements going into the debates, and they were great. You know, it was whatever, like, just understand, like, fuck, I'm debating Vosh today, this guy fucking sucks horse cocks, fuck this motherfucker. All kinds of, Destiny's divorced, fuck this dude, he's too stupid to even keep his wife in his fucking house, how could he keep his fucking finances in check, he's a socialist. I've heard so many. I have never heard an intro so far to a debate that is just, he doesn't give a fuck what I have to say. He doesn't respect me. He doesn't respect the content I'm about to give. He literally has no fucking concern with me as a person or as an interlocutor. He does not respect me at all. And I want you to understand that is a mark against him. He's fucking awesome. It's like, oh my god, like just walk into a fucking boxing ring and just start punching yourself fucking half unconscious and just look what he has done to me. Dude, I mean, having to have a fucking parachute in your introduction that is, I am about to get fucked up, is hilarious. I know I keep explaining the joke. I can't believe it. I'm re-experiencing it with you guys again because half of me was like, I have to see if I really. This is the third time I'm watching this. The first time I was just listening to it, like, why is she saying this? The second time I was playing Helldivers, and now I'm just watching. It's so stupid. Like, oh my god, have some fucking self-respect.
Not so erudite. He has tons of videos. I'm willing to bet like 20 videos on her, right? Some of these videos have 8
I'm willing to. You can just count them. This happens again too. There's a number of times where they go into figures where she's trying to describe like researchable small amount figures from his channel that are just searchable aspects of it, and she doesn't look any of them up. She wrote this shit out and just doesn't know anything about the subject at hand. It's
4K views, 9.9K views, 4.1K views, 19K views. Okay, there's videos on Brianna Wu. One of them has 9.6K views.
Really? That's pretty good.
3.1K views, 6.4K views. Pisco.
First off, understand, my interlocutor, my debate opponent tonight is going to fuck my shit inside out, okay? He is not going to respect me. He's going to ignore me the whole time. Also, here's how great he is at making content. That has nothing to... She started to talk about fucking Zeta and Poppy and is just trying to find her point that she was making earlier. Like, she's trying to read those, but she's just reading. She just researched his thing because she's like, oh, fuck, maybe I should look up these numbers. And now she's just reading down all of the videos he's posted. So she's talking about fucking Brianna Wu shit. What does this fucking have to do with anything? The thesis approach is crazy. I can't be taken seriously. He has no respect for me. Here, let me do shit that no one knows what the fuck I'm talking about or should ever care.
Has one that is, let me pull it up here. Let me zoom this in a little bit.
Yeah, it's the Oblivion NPC song. Is amazing.
8.5K views. Destiny has one that has 11K views. So and
that
then
explains the ad revenue.
Let's look at my views in comparison, covering just the Poppy and Xena topic. Okay, 1.7K views, 2.3K views. The highest that I have on this is 3.3K views.
This is why I'm watching this. I still can't believe. Now, President Sunday is getting all kinds of views. Now that I have started this argument up, saying it should be impossible that he's not going to pay attention or respect me. Note that he gets way more views on his videos than I get on mine. She just starts thinking, she's just, hey, here's the L's I've been taking. This is crazy, right? What the fuck are you doing this to yourself for? I don't get it. If I found out that this was like a made for me comedy, like this is like for me comedy act that somebody had to put together for just specifically shit that I would be interested in, know about, and find funny, I'm done. That's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. I cannot imagine talking to another content creator and be like, well, I didn't get many views on this subject, but you seem to have gotten a lot more. What the fuck is the point that you're making?
Sure.
In reality,
she never stated a thesis. She's just hopping straight into evidence. She said, he's going to fuck me up. He's not. I am not to be taken seriously as far as President Sunday is concerned. He gets a lot of views on all sorts of videos. None of my views are as high. We have not established the premises of the argument. Like this is evidence. We started with well poisoning related to nothing. We went straight into evidence for a claim we have not yet actually established. Like, and why the evidentiary, why this evidentiary proceeding is going to fucking justify something. Just look. He doesn't respect me. He gets a lot of views on his videos. I get next to none. Let's talk about it.
In reality, let's take. If anything, this indicates to me.
I would absolutely host a
Sunday
debate
would
between
rather
Brianna Wu and
go
President
in
Sunday
on things way less serious for more views. He doesn't benefit from covering a topic that has people he used to be associated with. So when it comes down to it, if we're going to talk about who's doing something for views, it's President Sunday covering people for way less serious things. He doesn't give a fuck about people in a marginalized community who are being preyed upon by other people using therapeutic language. Secondly, covering actual abusers of a vulnerable community brings in less views, but I'm still doing it. Sunday, on the other hand, he used to be associated with Xena and Poppy. He used to be friends with them. He got called out on prohibiting talk about them in his Discord server, and he got mad about it.
As a beer rug yet?
Sure.
So I don't know if somebody in my community got fucking like passed on my mic advice to Sunday at like that I was talking about when I did the fucking ancient lefty audio video, but his shit has been on point since then. I gotta give it. Like, and Stardust is her mic is terrible. I don't know if you turned her down, but she's barely clearing the fucking NPC dialogue train. But the funniest part is her second point. She's like, also, is still just the first point where she's just like, I cover important stuff too, and no one watches it. And even though no one watches it, I still do it. It's fucking awesome. Because none of that has anything to do with President Sunday. She's just like, the way to articulate it is that like if you're just trying to say that President Sunday is a clout shark, I don't think that has any value on YouTube, because it's what the fuck, you're supposed to make stuff that people are interested in, but also like, I don't think anyone gives a fuck about Xena and Pop, like not generally. I mean, maybe you guys do. I have no idea. I don't care. I refuse to learn anything about it. But like, if somebody says, what is the topic of the debate? If I had to boil it down, because she never establishes her premises in a way that makes any fucking sense. She never says like, I'm going to set out to prove something. She just starts saying President Sunday is going to ignore me and blah, blah, blah. But I think what her point is that for some reason, interest in a subject should equivocate to like equivalent metric, equivalent viewer metrics. So like if somebody does something that's interesting, it should be like, and like we both cover it the same way. I should get 3,000 and you should get 3,000 if we're of the same side. I think that's what she's trying to say. She really never makes the point, and it continues like this almost the entire time.
Sorry, I thought it was muted. My bad.
Who's doing this for views? Like in reality. Let's see. Also, when he privated his video, which conveniently he just unprivated today, but when he privated it, what did Xena and Poppy tweet out? I haven't checked yet, but I heard a rumor that President Sunday privated his video on us. If he did, we appreciate it. Okay, next thing is Stardust. He's alleged Stardust hangs out with Kiwi farmers and Richard Spencer and has told people to end themselves, called them slurs. I will not deny that I have told people to end themselves and that I've called people slurs. But one.
The self-owns are nonstop. Like, we literally, I will not be watching this. I'm going to turn this off after this little chunk is done. It never stops. You should check it out on your own time. It never stops. I'll just keep pausing it to talk about it. Just bringing up, President Sunday tweeted that I tell people to kill themselves and I also use slurs. Now, I admit that I do tell people to kill themselves and use slurs. And I hang out with Richard Spencer, known fucking, rock'em sock'em fucking Nazi, dude. Jesus Christ. It's just crazy. Just having to establish because I've seen real debates. Like I took debate in college. I did like one part of it because I was trying to do a bunch of rhetoric classes. And so I took a semester of debate, like just to like learn about it and things. So we got to watch some pretty great ones at high levels, that kind of stuff. People do in debates where like subjective opinion comes in, and like they'll admit at the beginning, like we have to talk about our subjective opinions of a matter, and they'll give their like CV, their curriculum vitae. And so somebody will be like, I'm a professor of linguistics at Harvard. I published 6 books on the nature of this and blah, blah, blah. And so like, I think that like this way of the development of like, how this like modern version of French started is that really what we should be focusing on is like this thing and this thing and this thing. And the other person will bring theirs in and they'll do like that's it. And they talk about all of these things. I've never seen someone start a debate and their entire CV is just L's. Just like I'm establishing a resume of fucking L's across the board. Like I'm not interesting. He's probably going to ignore me the entire time. I get less views than him. I do use slurs and tell people to kill themselves on the internet. I hang out with neo-Nazis. But let me tell you one thing about this guy's coverage of this topic.
Find me posting on Kiwi Farms. Do it. I dare you to find me with a username on Kiwi Farms posting on there. 2. I have interviewed scary people. Oh no, but guess what? I don't give a fuck. I will interview them regardless. And look, he's doing his yawning thing again.
I'm just tired.
3. I've said mean things in a chat on the internet. By the way, a chat that he has actively participated in for far longer than I have, and one that I have left, briefly after that. And that chat, other people in that chat say way worse things than me on a regular basis. So I don't really give a fuck. It's a chat. Weren't you a fan of Sargon at one point? I have never been a fan. My political views have stayed the same. Yes, I've been edgy on the internet, but my political views have stayed the same. I'm a lib.
If you notice, at this point, and it'll never change, you will learn nothing.
Yes, I interview.
We are not talking about Xena and Poppy at all.
I understand where they're coming from and why they form the opinions that they do. So
it's just Stardust molding.
I'm not
for an hour and a half about being irrelevant.
I'm here to talk about specifically
fucking awesome.
the Poppy and Xena stuff.
And the worst part about it is to even find this debate. I try to find and look up her channel to look at stuff, and I still have to search President Sunday's name to find the Stardust channel. when we get through all of this, eventually, I'll skip through. I got to watch the Destiny thing. It's probably going to take a little bit longer because I want to see him talk to Sneeko. When we finally get to it, the cracker on top of this motherfucker, the piece de resistance is that she finally makes her argument where she's just like, President Sunday's coverage of Xena and Poppy was not great. She can't even say bad, just like not perfect. And he goes, nope, it wasn't. I wasn't particularly good, so I retracted that video and I apologized, and we've moved on since then. And then she's got nothing for the rest of the time. Okay, well, it's very convenient that you retracted. It's just her manifesto. It really is.
You are so inconsistent on the coverage. I acknowledge. I'm very happy that you at least said that Snowflake is not a rapist. I'm very happy about that, and I appreciate that from you. What I'm not happy about is the way that you treated people like Ciara Raincloud, who came onto your stream, the way that you treated Malcolm, who came onto your stream, the way that you treated Milena, who came onto your stream, and you also characterized what Snowflake did as a media tour when she gave one interview.
Wasn't there a slideshow? Did you skip the slideshow?
No, I think that was the slideshow. We just did the slideshow. Come on now, President Sunday.
Oh, did I open the thing? Oh, god damn
it. There was supposed to be a slideshow of evidence. They just didn't post it. That's it. I just appreciate the shit out of that. I still can't believe it. Like, I'm glad I got to watch it with you guys, because it just didn't even register as what it was when I was watching it, and I was just like, I have to be fucking insane, because there's no way that like this sounds like this, and I have to be just mishearing. And then I watched it again, and it was just the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. I keep seeing Philip Seymour Hoffman resurrected in Sunday. They have the exact same haircut. He's obviously using the B Rabbit defense. And one again, who cares about Kiwi Farms? Yeah. Sunday is Eeyore coded. No, the enemy. Yeah, the Richard Spencer interview was cringe as fuck, but she's not a fan of his, LMAO. Yeah, it's just, I mean, if you don't have anyone that'll actually take your calls, I mean, I guess Richard Spencer's always there. I don't understand what you would interview him about. Like, I feel like you don't need to hear anything else from someone if, like, one of the answers, if you could just answer, like, ask, like, do you hate black people off of the first question? And it would be anything other than, like, absolutely not. And that's a crazy thing for you to ask. Then you don't need to talk to them about anything else. Like, really, because that's fine. You know, you're not going to dinner with them. I don't know what the other interesting fact about their existence is going to be past that question, you know? After the debate, Sunday sent us to Stardust stream. I had it in my pocket and I realized I was still hearing Stardust, and I looked and like she had his entire viewership there and her number had not gone up at all.